Hello everyone and welcome back to WolfQuest The Lost Tales. And we are here with Kalara and Kieran, who are just starting out in Slough Creek and who are about to head out and find a den. Now, I think, if we look at our map here, I think, honestly, I think Bison Peak is going to be our best bet. I know we were just there, but I think that's going to work out best for the challenge. Now, speaking of challenges, Kalara's is that she can't actually winter hunt, and I do also want to apologize for the delay in getting this episode out. This weekend ended up being a little bit crazier than I thought it was going to be, because I've had a lot of stuff going on with the webcomic. Now, if you guys haven't heard, I'm actually producing a webcomic with some of my friends. It's about wolves, it's a fantasy comic. If you guys like that kind of thing, definitely check it out. I'll go ahead and drop a link in the video description, or not the description, in the comments section. So look for that pinned comment if you guys are interested in checking it out. We're really proud of it, and hopefully you guys would enjoy it too. It's basically it's the same age rating as this channel, basically PG. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely make sure you go check it out and give it a read through. We don't have a lot, but we're very excited about what we do have. But Kalara's challenge here is that she actually cannot winter hunt. She'll have to do all of her hunting once her pups are born. And that's why, if we look at our game settings, we are playing on pretty easy. She does have that ability because it's going to be too difficult to do it on any other difficulty, I'm pretty sure. Now, with that said, we are allowed to hunt for the journey before we go on the journey. In fact, we're going to have to. We just have to do it after our pups are born. So, while they're here at the den, we're going to have to find a way to chase an elk all the way out there. In fact, several elk all the way out there. And try and make sure that we're going to get that hunted for, because if we don't, we're going to be in a bit of trouble. And not to mention that the fact that the wolf territory, well, actually, I don't know if the wolf territory will expand yet, but we're still going to have to avoid it. So let's go ahead, we'll claim this den, and that's why I like this one, because I think that's going to work best. And there we go. I was waiting for the mission to trigger, but I think that'll work best because this is right on the way, whereas the other one is a little bit more out of the way, and so that's why I think this den is going to be the best one. Now, you can also see we only have 970 experience points, so we're actually not going to name the pups right away. I don't have names picked out for them. We'll be doing that in the next episode, and that'll give us a little bit of chance to see their personalities too. So, we'll see how this goes. But yeah, you guys are always welcome to submit names, and I think so far most, if not all, of the names that I've used for pups in this series have been names you guys have submitted, because you guys have given us a lot. We have a whole huge list of names, but that doesn't mean we're not looking for more. So if you do have names, make sure you send those in. I have I try to add as many names as I can to the list as I see them, and it's always fun to have you guys' kind of interaction. Every once in a while I'll see someone go, oh, that's a name I submitted. It's kind of just a fun way to add a little bit of extra interaction there, and to give you guys more of a say in the series. So yeah, it's a pretty it's definitely a pretty cool thing that we do here, if you guys are able to do that. I can't promise I will use your name, but I will at least add them to the list and keep them in mind. We do have a lot, so it's not necessarily a guarantee, but if you send it in, at least you have a chance. Now, I mean, I don't always, I won't use names. I try not to use names that have been from other, like, I try not to use names that have been from other YouTubers series or from popular wolf fandoms. So sometimes I will avoid names from that. If something is like, you know, I try to avoid naming things the same as some of the other popular YouTubers in this genre, just to kind of keep a little distinction there. But other than that, as long as the name is PG and all, I'll try to use it, or I'll at least keep it on my list so that we have it if we want to end up using it. So that's a little bit about the names. We do that for most of our series, actually, and you guys are very good at coming up with names. Oh, here we go. Speaking of names, we don't have them just yet, but let's meet the pups. So it looks like we only have 1 male and 3 females, and we gotta go ahead and train them. We're gonna be playing on pretty easy, and what are you doing? Okay, I don't know what Kieran was doing. So it looks like One of the females is brown, the male is brown, and the other 2 females are gray. So 2 of the females took after Kalara. Now, we need to go hunt immediately because we cannot risk these guys starving. So we immediately have to go get food. I'm going to use this just to start. We're going to use up this carcass. And then we're going to start hunting. So let's head out into the elk territory. I don't know if it's feeling a little bit laggy or if that's just me, but hopefully it's not lagging too much. Sometimes this does that. Again, I think it might be something that will hopefully be fixed in later update, or in the WolfQuest 3 version, because again, some of this uses pretty old code, and I'm sure that there are better methods of rendering things nowadays that might be a little bit easier. I know they updated a lot of things. But again, this game was originally designed for a much older system. And so with that in mind, there are definitely a lot of improvements that will be coming in the WolfQuest 3 version. Okay, Kieran, let's not. Kieran, nope, not Growl. Howl. Kieran, stop! Kieran! Oh, we're going too far that way. I don't want to go so far that we're going to have predators right at our doorstep thanks to them spawning in around the, around the elk carcass. But we do need to bring this elk down somewhere close. We've got to get a few of them somewhere close before the pups get hungry so that we have them when we need them. Oh, gracious. Come on, we got to just... Oh, we didn't quite. Okay, Kieran, I would not... Yeah, okay, if you can bite, like, one more time. There we go. Now the elk is going to stand its ground. That's a lot better. Okay. Together, we are definitely a lot stronger than Kalara was alone. And a lot of you guys pointed out that... we've had other wolves who have been much less strong too, and they have done all right, and that is definitely a good thing. Yep, the pups are getting hungry, so that means I think they're at 50%. I'm choosing to wait on progressing to the next mission because I don't know if predators will actually spawn until we've completed this, and so this will give us a little bit of an extra chance to kind of just get ourselves established so that it's not like, oh my gosh, there's a bear at the den and we have to get food immediately, but there's nothing to eat. But we are going to try to progress fairly quickly here. I just want to bring down a couple of elk right by the den here. Would it be better to bite hold? I don't know if it will or not. I'm pretty sure bite holding will actually have a better function in the new coming version of the game. I'm going to actually stop and sit down to regain stamina faster. Oh my goodness, Kieran, you're going so far out of the way. Kieran! Kieran, seriously, let's not. Let's not go all the way across the map. I'm going to come over here and eat a little bit more while we're waiting for this elk to come back. Don't spook it. Please don't spook it. Alright, we're going to go out this way and try and circle around and drive it back this way. So Kieran is a little bit enthusiastic, it seems. I think he's a pretty... he seems like he's a pretty... He gets too into it, perhaps. And it's kind of interesting because for as much as we can identify these traits in the mates now, that's actually not something that the game programs in. It's kind of just how us interpreting how these different behaviors tend to play out. And it's really just us adding some character to them. So, with this in mind, we gotta eat this one first, I think, because this is gonna be in Druid territory. But for as much as it seems like the mates have personality now, they're actually going to have personality in the coming version of WolfQuest, in WolfQuest 3. And so for as much as we can say, oh, Kieran seems to be a very enthusiastic wolf, or we've had some mates who seem just a little bit lazier, or who weren't very good hunters, or who were more laid back, or who were really clingy with a certain pup, for as much as we're identifying those traits now, they're actually formally going to be a part of the game in WolfQuest 3, and we're actually going to have personalities. We've already seen that in some of the devlogs, where you'll have, or what we already saw in the one where they were talking about courtship. We've already seen how those personalities start to play in right from the very beginning, and so it's going to be pretty cool to see, because even though we can kind of come up with these traits now and kind of just look at how a certain wolf is acting, there's so much more. It's going to be even more detailed in the next version. So I'm going to feed these guys. Thankfully, they're not that hungry yet, but then we are going to start raising the pack affinity. And so let's go ahead and do that. Oops. Let's go ahead and start doing that. And we'll play with these guys a little bit. And, oh my gosh, this is going to take forever. I think it's faster to actually bring them back when they wander, but they weren't doing that prior to now. Oh my goodness, you guys. You guys, so I guess I feel like the explanation for them not naming the pups right away too, oh my goodness, no, is that they got so busy with now suddenly having to do this hunting that they probably haven't had the chance to stop and actually name the pups yet. So that'll kind of give us a bit of an explanation for this, I guess, as to why these guys don't actually have names for this episode. So but yeah, once we're done with we'll probably end up spending most of the time hunting. Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys, seriously, stay close to the den. I don't want anybody getting in trouble. I don't think that the predators will actually show up until we've completed this mission. But of course, once we've completed this mission, they will start showing up. So we got to be a little bit cautious there. Let's see. We'll go ahead and bring this one over here. Oh, they're all wandering everywhere. Where is... Okay, the other one's coming back, thankfully. The brown female is coming back. And let's just keep going here. And that should be enough. So I'm actually going to back away from the den. And, yep, okay, so now we got to keep watch. I'm going to back off right away because I don't want something spawning on top of us. And it doesn't look like it has, so we're good. We should be okay if we go over this way. They were just... my goodness, my voice just died. Hi, I'm sorry. Yeah, they're safe now. They shouldn't be too hungry. And let's make sure we get our food for pups all the way up, too. And we'll go ahead and hunt another elk right over here. And then oh, there is a coyote, so we've got to go ahead and chase off that coyote, I think. We're going to go back and do that and make sure we get that done because otherwise we're going to be in some trouble. And we got to make sure we keep the territory well marked as well because we're going to be venturing away for so long that we really can't risk having any stranger wolves show up because if it drops too much, they will. So let's make sure we're marking the territory. Okay, we're a little ways out. We got to keep it as close to 100 as we possibly can. So right about down here should be where we're starting to get in the territory. Yep. Alright. I think that one's up to maximum. And then we'll go ahead and hunt again. And we've got 2 carcasses here. I would like to get a third one, I think. But I'm going to start journey hunting a little bit while we have the chance. I'm going to try to get at least 1 elk down for this. And I'm going to probably run this episode just a slight bit long because we want to make sure that we can get this all done in a reasonable amount of time. And kind of like having to go to the cattle ranch every time to hunt, this is going to be a little bit difficult to... it's going to take a lot of time is what I'm trying to say. And so we want to make sure we have that time. So I'll probably push each episode just a little bit over time compared to what we normally do. But let's see here. So the elk are out this way. There we go. And we should be able to just bring one. I'm going to try to go as far as I can because how are the pups doing? Actually, they're not that hungry, so we're not going to push to see how far we can go with them. We're going to try and hunt right by the river if we possibly can. So let's see. Who's going to run? You're going to run. All right. We're going to single out an elk. It looks like it's going to be this one just because she happens to be close. All right. Hopefully Kieran will start to figure out how to hunt effectively here. And I'm actually going to back off. Okay, he's deciding he's not going to hunt. Alright, maybe he got a little frustrated with Kalara going, no, wait, don't do it like this, you gotta do it this way. And maybe she was bossing him around a little bit and he got a little bit upset about that, perhaps. Let's see. Alright, we should be able to just run alongside and keep biting. And the thing is, I don't want to have to stop the hunt due to us not having enough food for the pups, and so we've got to try as much as we can to be careful about that. So I'm going to try and go for the carcasses that look like they're going to turn up in Druid territory because they're not going to do us any help down the line. and we need to get rid of them and eat them up so that they're not just laying around. We want to make sure that we have as much of the food that we're actually going to be using as possible. And this one, I'm pretty sure, well, it may not end up in Druid territory, but it's also not a full carcass. And it's generally a lot better to have a full carcass if you can. And there's a bear. I can already see him up there. Great. All right. So we got to take care of the bear. We got to raise our pack affinity. In fact, I'm going to do that on the way over. And so we can get up there. Maybe this is Kalara just saying, "Hey guys, get in the den. There's a bear," and kind of warning them away. It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out in the coming WolfQuest update too, because it's going to be interesting. I mean, with all the newer, more advanced mechanics, I imagine that it's going to be pretty different than just running behind the... pretty different than just running behind the bear and bite him in the butt. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, he's going this way. And we can get him again. There we go. We got him. He's good. I do not know why my voice is so strange this morning, but I apologize. It just keeps spasmodically dying on me for no reason. And I'm not sure what's up with that, so hopefully it'll stop because it's getting kind of irritating. I like to be able to talk, thank you very much. This is my job. This is what I'm supposed to do, and it involves talking. Alright, let's see. So we almost have pack affinity up. And just a little bit more, we'll get it all the way up. Come on. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead, mark the territory again, because it's once again down to 80. And now we can probably journey hunt just a little bit before the episode is up. And see if we can get one of the elk across that area and towards the rendezvous site. It's going to be a bit of a challenge, I think. And it's going to be hard to get them all the way over, especially. But as long as we have our territory fully marked and the pups are fully fed, then I think we'll be able to do it. We just got to really watch that health and make sure it's not dropping too far, because if it drops too far, we're going to be in some trouble. We also want to make sure that we have our food up, and so I'm actually going to go run and eat from... Okay, I think Kieran must have finished that carcass. We're going to eat from this one and make sure our pup food is full so that we don't have to stop on the way back to feed, or to fill up on food if there's something like that. We also got to account for the fact that there's a 95% chance that probably, I'm just tossing out numbers here, but you know what, that's what it feels like, that we're going to run into a predator at some point when we get back. So we've got to plan for that and not let the pups get so hungry that we can't deal with the predator before we feed them, because otherwise we're going to be in some trouble here. So let's go ahead. We got to do this kind of fast. And who's going to run? Okay, it looks like these guys on the other side are the ones who are going to run. This one's already kind of heading in the... Well, nope, she was until Kieran. She was until Kieran chased her the wrong way, but there we go. I'm going to kind of just tail her really close and not necessarily have her run. Oh, Kieran, stop. Kieran, okay. So we want to run her quite a ways this way before we actually start attacking. Oh, Kieran! There's a cougar here! Oh my goodness, no, okay, we can't do this. We can't do this. Okay, we gotta run in and bite. Alright. Alright. As long as this guy stays eating, we should be able to deal with him. Okay, oh, he's gone, okay. So there's the elk. We just don't want that guy eating up our carcass, because that's going to be really bad if we don't have that one there. That's actually a pretty important carcass, too. We don't want that one getting lost. So we got to keep it moving. I'm going to do some damage right off the bat here, and we're going to run through these weeds. The Druid pack will be over here once we get into the next part. Or once we get into the journey, the pack territory will expand, and so we also have to be really careful that we don't have them that we don't let them capture any of our carcasses in their territory. And Kieran is right behind us, which is really nice because he's actually not letting us fall back due to low stamina, which is a good thing. I like it when they do this. He's actually kind of protecting us and kind of urging us along here, I guess you could say. But we want to be careful once this elk turns around. We want to be a little cautious of that. So let's run up to the tree here. And we're going to try and kill this elk. This is going to be the farthest one that we have to bring down. And so I'm just trying to get it out of the way right off the bat. And the reason I'm not biting her right now is because I don't want her to turn around too soon. We want her to be right by the rendezvous site when she finally goes down. And so we got to get her as near to this tree. This tree is kind of the landmark that I use to navigate when we're gonna be here for the journey. Okay, come on. All right, this is where we really got to bring her down. All right, and she's gonna kind of go back and forth between us and Kira in here, I think, or maybe she'll just attack us. All right. We can eat a little bit here because we're not going to need all of it, and we do need our stamina up. But now we got to get back and feed the pups because they are definitely starting to get hungry. How are they doing? Okay, they're still at 50, so we should be good because it takes us longer to get over here than it's going to take us to get back because we can just straight up sprint it on the way back, whereas on the way there we're trying to deal with herding an elk and all of this chaos here. So there is undoubtedly a predator though, so we do have to make sure we account for that, and the pack affinity and the territory are getting a little bit low, and so we're gonna have to deal with that as well. But we've gotten the first part of our journey hunting done. I probably want to do 3 or 4 more carcasses along the way just for the journey to make sure that we're not going to have any issues, but for the most part we're getting a good start here. Okay, we're not going to run straight into druid territory. We do have a straight shot. For now, these guys are probably off back in the hills raising their own pups, and so they're not going to come down here and bother us. They're going to be staying a little bit closer to home probably, tending to their own pups. Unless they have to hunt, but that's not a thing in this game yet. It'll be interesting, too, to see, like, could you bump into a stranger wolf when you're out hunting, or how is this gonna how is it all gonna work? Because the stranger wolves will now be mobile, and I assume that includes the second mission, too. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how this pans out. Oh, and it's thunderstorming. Wow, okay then. So what I'll probably do is I'll run up and I'll feed these guys, and we'll deal with the predator, we'll mark the territory and all of that. And then we might try and hunt one more time near the den. Oh, fantastic. That's just what you want to see. That's just what you want to see when you're coming back from a long way out. Okay. So, oh boy. Alright, this guy's gonna run off. Alright, he's gonna come back soon, so we gotta keep an eye on him, because he's gonna come give us a hard time here. But we do need to get these guys fed. And I do want them to stay close to the den. Okay, you fed the others. We're going to start by howling dramatically into the storm, apparently. Alright, there comes the cougar. Alright, already running back. These guys are a little bit weird with how they show up. Okay, so I'm gonna... What was that? Is that a coyote, too? Alright, so we've got to run up. Bite... Oh, I didn't get a bite in. Darn it. Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness, okay. Hello, I'm not okay with this. Oh, no. Oh my gosh, okay. This is not okay. How much health do we have? We've got 54. Alright, so we can do this if we run in. Okay, we got him. Now we gotta go immediately get food, get help, get food, get help. Then deal with coyote. Okay, we fended off. Okay, now we're on grow your pups. Ah! This is not what I wanted to see. This is not what I wanted to happen. This is not how I was hoping things would pan out. We also desperately have to mark the territory right stinking now, because we're gonna have some problems. And I think that coyote is going for our other carcass, because I don't think you'll have multiple predators show up all at once. I think you'll just have, I think you can only have one. And that took off so much damage that we definitely need to hunt here again. So let's go ahead, mark the territory. I don't even know where we are on the territory map. Okay, we gotta mark this territory quickly. Oh man, I'm pretty sure 75 is the threshold. So that was dangerously close. Let's come back this way. We gotta mark up here. And then we gotta go deal with that coyote, because coyotes are bad news. And I don't think he's gonna be up there with the pups. I think he's gonna be down, eating the carcass, and so we can probably just take a stop here and try and attack him on the way. Oh, there's the elk over there, too. There's one that actually ran off. Alright, maybe he is up here. Is he up here? Nope, I actually have no idea where he went. Great, that's exactly what you want. You want to lose a dangerous predator when your pups are out and about. That's fine. This is fine. Let's come over here. There's lots of carcasses spawning, too. So maybe he just went to one of those. Okay, are any of you guys gonna run? No. You know what? Whether they're gonna run or not, we're gonna take one down because we do need another carcass nearby the den. So hi, we're gonna try and take one of these elk down. And then I think there is a coyote up by the den. That's probably where he went, actually. And so we do want to make sure that we deal with him. But we've got to get this elk down quickly before it gets too close to the den, because we don't want to trigger the coyote attack while we're trying to hunt. That would be an utter disaster. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Oh, thank you, Kieran, for that final little push there. That was good. All right. And here we go. There we go. That was not too bad. All right, let's go ahead and we'll eat, and then we're going to go one more time, chase off that coyote, and feed the pups. So we've got a lot of hunting to do left. We're going to try and do most of it in the next episode, and we have enough, we do have enough experience to feed the to name the pups now, and so we'll be trying to do that in the next episode. So I'll pick out names in between, and then we'll go ahead and use some of those. But for now, we're going to go back, we're going to feed them, we're going to, again, pee on things, because that's an ever important need here. Got to mark that territory. Don't want to risk stranger wolves showing up, and then we'll have to see, and hopefully be able to, hopefully we'll be able to finish this off here. I don't know why it's so laggy all of a sudden. Again, hopefully this is stuff that will be fixed in the next version, because sometimes no matter how good your graphics card is, the game itself can have, there can always be inefficiencies in the render code itself, and if that's the case, then there's not really much we can do about it. But hopefully they'll get that improved in the next version too. Alright. Let's get that pack affinity up just a little bit more, and we're going to go ahead and wrap up the episode here for today, I think. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.